Greetings to the Lunar Manifesting Matrix. This is Elizabeth Schermer with an intuitive reading for the Lunar Matrix on Monday, June 11th. Today's reading is in conjunction with today's last quarter moon, which occurred this morning at 3:50 a.m. The guidance covers the coming week, which is leading up to next Tuesday's new moon. The last quarter moon and the week of the last quarter moon always represents a necessary turning point following the recent full moon awareness and illumination. This is a period of inner awareness and decision making based on your responses to the circumstances and relationships that are occurring around you. I've been very aware, both in my personal life and in the life of my clients over the last week, of the activations that are happening for all of us in terms of circumstances bringing up fear or worry or anxiousness or frustration. And so I thought I would spend a moment before I go over the intuitive reading just saying a little bit about the astrological chart for the last quarter moon. And a specific aspect of guidance in this week's chart is that our personal opportunity now is to go within and recognize our own natural gifts and talents. These are abilities we already possess, but which we may not be fully using, especially if we're paying a lot of attention to external circumstances and difficulties or problems or challenges. So again, the chart this week is pointing to the opportunity to go within and recognize our own gifts and talents. By fully embodying our gifts, this week we'll receive hope and affirmation that we need to change external situations and circumstances. So again, no matter what your circumstances or difficulties, the best action this week is to go within and recognize your gifts and what you have to offer this world. With this in mind, I threw a 3-card Body, Mind, Spirit Tarot spread asking for guidance and illumination about the opportunities for each of us in the week ahead. So the first pattern I want to talk about today is that, interestingly, this week there was a very strong message because all of the cards, including the 4th card, which I'll talk about later, but all of the cards came up reversed. So I pay attention to reversals from a place of curiosity, not thinking that something bad will happen or that literally a reversal means the opposite of a card meaning. I approach a reversal as an opportunity for further understanding or to get my attention, and then I go intuitively into the energy field. And so today, when all 4 cards came up reversed, there was a clear message to pay attention to something. And so when I went into the energy field and asked what that first initial important message was, the word that came was separation. And this word points to an experience of separation that you may be feeling regarding circumstances in your life or challenges in your life, and feeling that you're not fully connected to your own power in these circumstances. You may remember from last week that a very important aspect of last week's reading was the Tower appearing in the 4th position, which had to do with the reality that external circumstances in our lives right now are being dismantled. And the grids around us the grids of light and that form structure around us are being dismantled in order to create new grids and new realms and new structures at higher levels. It's a necessary and very auspicious dismantling, but it can be really uncomfortable. So the first message of this week is to point to that experience with the word separation. So think of ways in which you feel disconnected or separated from your own connection and your ability to participate fully or to be fully seen and appreciated in your life right now. And in which ways, in which realms you're feeling separation, in relationships or in projects, important aspects of your life work, in your ability to be seen and appreciated, or perhaps in finances and your experience of being cared for. So once you're aware of that basic message, I'm going to again turn the cards over because we're going to access them fully today. Once we have that message, then the reading's no longer blocked because we've received the first message. So now we'll go on to the specific messages of the cards. And we'll start with the card all the way to the left in the position of body. This is the Nine of Discs gain. And the Nine of Discs gain represents an experience of gain in the world that we're having, an experience of gain in our lives. And in the position of body, it's doubly expressed. This card specifically relates to the astrological information I was speaking to you of, in that our guidance for this week is to experience fully the love of what we are doing in the world, the love of what we are offering. Nines refer to our own wisdom path, and so this is our engagement in the world through our own gifts and resources. And by embodying our awareness of our own gifts and resources, we have the opportunity to experience expansion and appreciation for what we have to offer, and in that way to be more fully seen and appreciated in the world. Death in the middle position, the middle position card is death in the position of mind, and death always refers to an aspect of metamorphosis. The opposite of death is birth, or the opposite experience, or the other side of death is birth. And so this card always relates to some aspect of really significant release in which we're involved in order to experience the birth of a new form or a new realm. And so in the position of mind today, what this card is talking about is the very deep experience we're having of release of old forms of awareness. And it's guiding us to be aware of this release and to embrace it. That old forms of awareness of our, even our relationship to the world, are being shifted and changed. And so what it really means is the end of limited perceptions of reality. And the card in the right, to the right in the position of spirit, is the moon, which we've received before in these lunar readings. And again, this is a reminder in this particular phase of the moon that we don't have full awareness of what is coming to form, because our awareness is now to turn inward. The moon is about intuition rather than concrete or intellectual understanding. And so the spiritual support and spiritual guidance is for us to move to our inner realms, our inner sacred realms where our awareness exists, especially the awareness of what our own special gifts and abilities are. And then I drew a fourth card asking for extra guidance or something new to consider about the reading today. The card is the Lovers. And as I mentioned earlier, this card also came up reversed, just to emphasize the fact that we need to understand that our experience of separation now is part of the motivation for us to relate to the world in a different way. The Lovers is about relationship, about divine relationship in every form, including our divine relationship with ourself in our inner realms. And so at the highest level, this card represents the unity and oneness that comes from embracing polarity. And today's reminder, again, is that whenever we're experiencing any kind of conflict in relationship to any circumstances in our life, the guidance for this week is to take that awareness and go within. And then anchor in appreciation of our own natural gifts and abilities. I end the session today with blessings and intentions for the highest and best for all. And remember that this last quarter moon energy is available for the coming week until the new moon on Tuesday, June 19th at 8:02 in the morning. This week again, remember to observe the synchronicities and circumstances that activate any sort of challenge in you, frustration or fear or worry, and release old awarenesses that lead you to take these things personally and try to engage in them to solve some kind of problem. Instead, take your attention away from external disorder and honor your own divine realms within. Turn your awareness from what isn't working to your inner realms. Realize your own authentic gifts and what you have to offer the world, and celebrate that. The natural energies are aligned this week to give voice to these special abilities. In this way, you'll be prepared for the gift of new inspiration and new momentum that will arrive with next week's new moon. The next intuitive reading will be posted later this week and offer guidance for setting your new moon intentions. In the meantime, have a wonderful week. This is Elizabeth Schermer with the Lunar Manifesting Matrix.